Hello again, Joe, and this is Private Practice. And I'm probably going to get a bit ranty today. Thank you so much for all the posts and the comments and the commentary and the conversation on yesterday's video. I felt really awkward saying, hey, I get encouraged when you guys interact with these videos, but I'm really glad I did because I've got some useful information and it stimulated a lot of conversation for me today in really helpful ways. And not just helpful for me, helpful in terms of getting people talking about workload and workflow and the absolutely ridiculous expectations that we have on ourselves. So following on, I wasn't going to talk about this again, but I think it needs to be spoken about. I think we've opened up the can of worms. We've opened up the conversation. Burnout is in epidemic proportions, and I'm going to talk into that in a little bit. And seriously, I was speaking to somebody today who she works for an agency, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with working for an agency. But she had 22 clients in 2 days. And I said, I expected her to tell me she was working from 7 till 7. No, she's not. And I kind of was looking, and it was a video conference, so we could see each other, and I was kind of quizzical and trying to work out her breaks, her biology breaks during the day only occur when there are no shows. Just that is ridiculous. How can you be at your best? How can we expect our team members, the people that we want to be productive and earn us an income, how can we expect them to function like that? It's basically against biology. I had all sorts of images of her boss giving her, anyway, she-wees and things, and that's probably not a conversation for now, but wow, it got me so mad. No wonder she is pushing and doing what it takes to get her own private practice up and running. But surely we don't have to do this as employees, and surely we should not have this as an expectation of our employees. If you are an employer or if you employ people and you think that them just being present for a long period of time means you're getting your money's worth from them, if you think present equals productive, I got news for you. Those two things are not the same. Present doesn't lead to productivity. Okay, and if you're like I used to be, thinking that I'm going to get some sort of recognition or award or praise or something because I was able to clock up 15 hours of direct client work in a day, there is no reward, there is no badge of honor, and you might get a pay rise, but the pay rise will be contingent on you continuing to generate that sort of income for your business. It's not okay. And if we are going to be the champions of good mental health and good health, learning to do work well and making ourselves well and creating wellness at work starts with us. It's nobody else's responsibility. If we can't go, hang on a minute, I'm going to see a client and then I want a 30-minute break where I can get my notes done, where I can respond to calls, and where I can have something to eat. If we can't negotiate that, something's wrong. Something's wrong with us, something's wrong with them. We haven't got the skills, we haven't got the knowledge, or we're just working for somewhere that doesn't respect what we do or how we do what we do. So I just want you to follow a logical pathway with me. 11 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours without going to the bathroom consistently tells me a couple of things. Number one, you're not drinking enough water. You're going to probably end up with recurrent bladder infections. I get that this isn't pleasant, but I think we need to have the slap in the face. Recurrent bladder infections require recurrent antibiotics. Lots of antibiotics in our system helps us become immune to the antibiotics, but it suppresses our immune system, so we become more and more susceptible to other illnesses, which means we actually can't work. All because we haven't planned when we're going to drink enough water and go to the bathroom. To me, it's undignified that we have these expectations of ourselves. If we have recurrent enough infections and require enough antibiotics over a long period of time, you are going to end up with a fatigue condition. I think there is more than enough research, and I am seeing it in my clinical practice now, where people are just fatigued and their bodies are just worn out, and that it's almost like it's at a cellular level. And can we prevent this from happening for the new generations and for the younger people and for the new people coming through who get to watch all of this great content that experienced people like myself put out? Oh, please. So again, if it gets to the point where you're waiting, hoping, praying that you have no shows in your day, that's a warning sign that something has got to give. I get you're busy. I get that you're really important. I get that only you can do what you can do, but please, I want you to be at your best. Because when you're at your best in front of your client, you're going to do the best for them. You're going to help them become the better version of themselves, which is why you think you need to work all the freaking time anyway. Being present doesn't mean you're going to be productive. If you don't get anything else out of this today, get that. And please, please learn how to put breaks in your calendar. If someone else has got control over your calendar, have a conversation with them. No more back-to-back clients. Come on, guys. You're worth so much more than that. So if we want to be serious about self-care and reducing compassion fatigue and reducing burnout and being good advocates for wellness and health and mental health, it starts with us. So let's take some responsibilities. Let's be a little bit grown up about it and help each other out. Let's go. You can do this because you're not just needed, you're necessary. And I need you to be well enough to keep doing what you're doing. This is Jo, and this is Private Practice.